Okay, so I'm here with my good buddy Keith, and he's going to run you through some of his collection. He collects old school car audio just like I do. His collection's a lot different than mine, but he has today we're going to be going over. He has a bunch of Lanzar, awesome Lanzar gear. But he's going to run you through the equipment and then a little bit of history, like when this stuff was out, and just a lot of interesting stuff about this really cool old school Lanzar.
All right. Most of what I got here is all latter 90s competition performance series, DC series. Got a couple odds and ends from a little bit earlier that are a couple that are rare that I just held on to because of that. The others, it's just because I'm a hoarder when it comes to car audio. But I've got everything here to do a complete, massive, old school competition performance series. OptiDrive amps and DC series subs and component sets.
Yeah, those are super sweet.
Start with the components. These are the DC series components, just monsters.
Awesome. Yeah, it's amazing 6.5.
This is the 6.5. These are all two-way component sets.
Look at that basket's just
beefy. And all of these, I've got the 6, 4, and 5, all new in the box. All of them look like this. They are all built like this, double stack motors, just monsters. I haven't actually hooked these up, but I've heard they've got a really full sound to them, for a mid.
And then
these are the crossovers that go with them, and then the tweeter sets. But these are...
Yeah, super cool.
And
that's a nice set.
Down here I've got, these are probably around 95. These just pair of Lanzar 8-inch SEs. Those are actually the subs I use on my test bench. Clean sounding little subs, and it's just something I picked up somewhere. Now over to this. This is, like I said, mostly the CPS series amplifiers. Actually, they all are, except this one. But that's a rare oddity.
Yeah, so CPS, it's their competition performance series. What year would that have come out?
These are about 97.
Okay.
These were the last, anyone that's interested in Lanzar, these were the last
of them, yeah.
They did have one more generation that was made in the United States, but that was after Lanzar was bought out. That last generation, though, I do believe is the generation that Stephen Mance from Zed Audio had part in designing. He had no part in designing any of these.
Okay.
Contrary to what, is talked about all over the internet. Or when you see these listed on eBay. People list them as Zed amps, but they are not.
Okay.
In all my years, I've never seen an amp that was a Zed amp that didn't say Zed on the board.
Okay.
And
yeah, that's good to know. Yeah, there's so much disinformation out there.
None of these were Zed. But I've got... to start signal processing, I've got the E30 third octave equalizer.
This thing's sweet.
X3 crossover, and then the X4B. These, so I've got all my signal processing I would need.
I love their signal. Like you were talking earlier, I love their how they made it. I mean, this is hard, thick, like not super
heavy
thick gauge,
but
heavy gauge sheet metal. Yeah,
stamped metal.
I mean, they built their stuff just Lanzars. Yeah,
it's all built to last. I mean, even this was the generation before the DC series. This was their Lanzar Pro Plus subs, and I mean these are also like the baskets. These are the same color as the earlier generation Lanzar OptiDrive amps.
Yeah, like the Big D did a video, doing the dyno in the 50C, and yep. So that would be like this color, is what you're saying.
Yeah, this this bluish, purplish color. Yeah.
So those were known, the blue ones, as the Plus series.
There was Plus, and then there was like 3 generations of those. There was the Plus, the TMS, and another one, but they were all the very early first generation ones had anodized heat sinks, which are beautiful, hard to find.
Okay.
The rest of them were all painted with this bluish colored powder coat, but the first very early ones had a anodized heat sink about that color.
Oh, okay.
If you ever find one of those, they're gorgeous amps. Hard to find though. This is an oddity I have
super
here.
Cool.
This is a LZ series. Probably late 80s, maybe 90. 510 band EQ. This is a half octave EQ. Just like everything else Lanzar does, just monster and overbuilt.
Right.
I had one LZ amp. I only had one, and I sold it a while back. And I pulled the end plates off that thing, and there were parts of the heatsink that were like 3/4 of an inch thick. Unreal. The amp, it's a little tiny amp, and weighed probably 10 pounds.
The thing is, they look like I think that's what Lanzar has a look to it. They everything's thick and like just really, really overbuilt and beefy. They definitely
everything.
One of the old school brands that was like really built well.
Yeah. Then we got the DC 15s. I have 4 of these total. These are all single 4-ohm subs. I've just got 2 right here. When I got these, the dust caps had been trashed by this guy's kid. I think he let it live. But I had custom vinyl made and had new dust caps put on them and had custom vinyl made.
It looks really nice.
So that they don't just have a plain black dust cap on them.
And then, again, like we were talking, look at that basket. I mean, it's just, they're not super heavy because it's cast aluminum, but man, is it thick.
Yeah, these subs, I know the 15s, I've never boxed any other ones up, but these, if you just go buy a prefab 15-inch sub box, they will not fit. These spokes on these baskets, right about where my fingers are, will hit on the sides of that cutout, and you'll have to cut about 1/8 of an inch out to get these subs in there. And I've got a box currently out in the garage that's ruined for anybody else.
You were just running a pair of these.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hadn't upgraded the power of my car, so I was running them on a first gen JL/500x1. So I wasn't using old school power. I mean, I don't know. That's almost old school now, I guess.
Right. Yeah, it's getting there.
But just 2 of the 15 sealed, and they're my daily driver Ford Taurus, and it's just crazy loud. My goal is to one day get like 8 of these, run them down 1/4 ohm stereo to this, and then obviously everything else I've got here.
It's nice that you took the 50C out of the box.
Actually, I didn't take the 50C out of the box. This is a new in box 50C.
Amazing.
Has never seen power.
Guys, this is the real deal here. I mean, this thing, you probably, seldom seen out of the plastic.
A couple of times for photo opportunities.
Gotcha.
Even got the original distribution blocks from Lanzar.
Yeah, those are cool. Amps. These look super nice.
Yeah.
Those are neat. I like those.
But yeah, this amp here, I know some guys will probably scream and other guys will be like, yeah, you're doing the right thing. We'll never see power while I own it. It won't.
Yeah, I don't blame you for that. I mean, how many new inbox 50Cs are there out there? Can't be too many. And you have this one to run.
Yeah, this was one I found. It was looked like someone had they should have been drugged behind the car, like what looked like this amp looked when I got it. But I did a lot of work cleaning this amp up, and then I also made custom plexi bottom plate for it.
Super cool.
I've got the original metal one, which I also refinished it, but pretty impressive gut shot right there.
Yeah, it's a very pretty board.
And my wife was just talking about me forgetting.
He got something else. That's hilarious. Yeah. So guys, when I come and see Kieth, he's always like, "Oh yeah," and then we're digging in the closet, and he's like, "Oh, I forgot I owned this."
I don't know where it's at. I can't find it.
So
But I've got another CPS series amp. I don't know where it's at. I've got a 2050 laying around here somewhere.
Oh, okay.
I just had it out on my test bench the other day.
Well, maybe we can come over. I'll show you what we got here.
Can't find it.
This is for a future video, guys. We got some serious art series and Sedonas. I don't know if it's PPI, he's got it. We figured we'd start with the Lanzar video. But that's just a little teaser. I mean, there's some more art series.
2 full A300s.
I know. It's just everywhere you look. He's got a really amazing, extensive collection. But this Lanzar gear, you don't see a lot of it. So I think that's what, to me, like the 50C seems to be the most sought after piece that Lanzar had. But I'm running a pair of components you sold me. I love them.
Yeah, yeah. Those were early, like 93.
Yeah.
And this amp here, we didn't touch on this.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
This is a OptiDrive TMS 500, not a 20. You see the black and gold, you think it's going to be a 2500, but this is a 500. This is, I've only seen one other 500. Actually, I don't think it was a 500, but it was in black and gold finish. So this amp had to have been between, the transition from the bluish colored amps to the CPS series. Because also, if you know, with the CPS series, they changed the model designations on them. So the 500 would have been a 2500.
So they went to channels and total power.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The first number was the number of channels. Then the rest of the number would have been the power output on it.
Okay.
So like the other one that I've got somewhere around here, my 2050, that's 2-channel, 50 watts.
Okay.
And then another thing is these Lanzar amps. You see a lot of people, and some of them, they're people that I don't know if they're collectors or super familiar, but you see a lot of these when they come up for sale listed as cheater amps, and they're not. This is absolutely a cheater amp. It was built as one. It was built for competition back in the day. 25 watts by 2, and if anyone's seen the D-Wix, this amp will do 800 and some watts at half ohm.
Right, and I think he was saying that it wasn't even breaking a sweat. He said it wasn't even getting hot.
Yeah, but like if you go and you can locate some of the old articles from like Car Stereo Review and the other electronics magazines, you'll find out that these Lanzar amps were almost spot on what Lanzar rated them at.
Okay.
But just good, clean, old school power.
Yeah, well, I guess, what about, are they regulated or unregulated?
Oh, God, you had to ask me that. Honestly, I'm not quite sure if these had, I should know that, but I'm not sure.
Okay. I was just wondering because you're saying they hit pretty much right what they say they do. Which actually with cheater amps, it's always way more, but they listed this as actually doing 800. Here it is on the box, 800 bridged.
Yeah.
At half ohm.
Yeah, but then you see here 25 watts per channel, it's 4 ohm,
right.
And then 800 at half ohm bridged.
Okay.
So this amp was quarter ohm stereo stable.
That's insane.
Yeah. From what I heard, I actually bought this from a local old school hi-fi shop, one of the last ones around that's still in existence, and it is the last one in this area. But they said that when these were advertised back in the day, or when they installed these, they would basically hook subs up to them, wire them down until the amp shut down, and take one off.
That's hilarious.
And it's but that's. One of these days, the goal is to do an install with a 50C. Right now, this spring, I'm getting ready to start an install with old school kicker, comp and resolution, and then I'm going to be using Black Art amps and processing. And
Got time.
And so hopefully we'll get some videos of that to come as that progresses.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
So
what were we using for kicker sub?
For this setup I plan on doing?
Yeah.
A 15-inch kicker comp.
It's the one I'm thinking of that you guys got to see this. Oh, okay. This I didn't even know these existed.
Information on these is almost impossible to find.
All right, I dug it out. I'm going to be running a single 15-inch kicker comp cast.
Yeah, I did not even know this existed.
A cast basket 15C.
Awesome.
Competition sub. This is an 8 ohm version. I wish I could find 2, but I'm surprised I even found this one.
Yeah, it was the first one I ever seen, but then somebody
had a 12 on eBay.
Yeah, they had a 12 popped up, but it was the first time I'd ever even seen these because you can see it's just like the solo barrack with a. It's a different. Did we determine it's a different basket? 'Cause we were.
It's a different, yes, because it's a different basket than the standard comp because it has pole venting. It has the pole vents. The standard comp does not have the pole vents.
Gotcha. Okay.
But it's the same style with the the twisted spokes is the 15C stamp basket. But I've never seen another one of these, and I'm going to do it in a big sealed box. I'm going to be running a PPI A600, I believe a .2 on it. Black art, sealed with that clean power. It should be a really clean sounding setup. Should be pretty tight and accurate.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to hear it. That's going to be a really unique system.
Yeah. And then again, the Resolution series and the free air 6x9s in the rear deck.
Yeah, that's. I'm looking forward to you getting going on that because that's going to be a cool.
Just started
cool
buying some wiring for it and hoping to build the box next weekend.
Sweet.
So.
Awesome.
All right. Well, that's the Lanzar. I don't know if he teased, but there will be more to come.
Oh yeah, there's some more. There's some more. I mean, we'll give you one little peek at the closet again, but
yeah.
it's extensive, and especially with this PPI collection, there's some US amps up there too.
I have a few of those too. Yeah.
And this isn't even all of it, fellas. It's there's a lot more to come. So anyway, well, thanks a lot for running us through the Lanzar, and then
no problem. And then there will also be some stuff. I collect pile, so there will be some pile videos, hopefully.
Yeah,
between me or him. He keep trying to talk me into starting my own channel.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
with this collection to share it. So
they'll be more professional than if I do them.
I doubt it. I seriously doubt it.
But